You think of the fact that the people who are getting the big crowds right now are AOC and Bernie Sanders. They're going around the country. Thank you. There's that same guy. I call him the always wrong guy. Okay. But I feel like, big crowds, again, the shiny object that the Democrats chase it's not about the big crowd.
Bill Maher just lit up the political stage again, and this time, his target was none other than the queen of performative politics herself, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. No sugarcoating, no playing nice. Maher went straight for the jugular, mocking the very thought of AOC ever making a serious run for the presidency.
AOC says so many people in this country hate women. Oh, geez. Even the guy at the party who pulls out a guitar is like, way to ruin the fun.
His verdict. She's way too wrapped up in ideology, too deep in that online activism bubble to ever lead the Democratic Party in the real world. It got so brutal, he even half-joked that the DNC would be better off running someone with the chaos, energy, and boldness of Donald Trump just to survive the election battlefield. That's not just shade, that's a full eclipse. And Maher wasn't alone. His takedown sparked a wildfire.
It's not about the big crowds that come out to you when you're talking in a festival or wherever they are. I think because I think Bernie showed up at Coachella. That must have been fun for the fans. It's who shows up on Election Day. And I just don't see that's the ticket. I mean, Cory Booker, I know you've worked with him. I like Cory a lot from my home state of New Jersey. Made a speech for 25 hours. Again, just whacking each other off. This is just not what's going to get the job done.
Commentators, pundits, and even some quiet Democrats started whispering the same thing out loud. Putting AOC at the top of a presidential ticket might be the fastest way to lose the whole game. It's like handing the car keys to someone still learning to parallel park, one critic joked. Whether you see him as a truth teller or just a professional pot stirrer, Maher isn't wrong about one thing. He's sounding alarms the DNC can't afford to ignore. This isn't just comedy anymore. It's a political reality check dressed up in sarcasm and satire. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, grab your popcorn, and get comfy, because we're about to unravel the beautiful disaster that is AOC 2028. Let's kick things off with a throwback clip that'll put this mess into full context. Alright, you've probably seen this clip already, and yeah, I've gone over it before, so we won't stay here long.
Other Democrats are watching their words.
I think it's certainly possible, but I'm not sure. I mean, I cannot think of or point to any individuals who have said that. I do think that there are Democratic members of Congress who are preparing for that possibility.
How do they prepare?
I think they look to the possibility of litigation. I think they're saying, do we have the best teams possible in order to carry out our work?
Some Republican, or many perhaps, will be watching this, listening to this, and thinking, wait a minute, actually, you're the ones who are prosecuting us. You are the guys who are weaponizing the Justice Department. How would you respond to somebody who may be thinking that?
In what way? In what way?
This one's just to set the stage, because what's coming next? Oh, it hits different. Yes, AOC is packing out rooms, grabbing headlines, and getting fans hyped wherever she shows up. Gotta admit, her crowd game is strong. But here's the reality check. Like Bill Maher pointed out, it ain't about who screams loudest at the rally. It's about who actually shows up to vote when the booths open. We've seen this movie before. Kamala Harris had the glam squad. She had Hollywood eating out of her hand, glowing endorsements, and the media wrapped around her finger, and yet her campaign fizzled out faster than a TikTok trend. So let's get one thing straight. Applause doesn't equal votes, and charisma alone won't flip Pennsylvania, no matter how many likes you get on Instagram. Maher isn't the only one calling it out either. Even folks on the left are starting to tear
Zero
into
tolerance
AOC,
was interpreted
and not
as a policy
either.
that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence,
I separated that.
Mr. Singer, with all due respect,
the safe zone for progressive
legal
talking
asylees
hit her with a
are not charged
curveball,
with
and
any
you could
crime.
see it all over her face.
When you're in the
That
country
pause,
illegally,
that
it's
flicker
violation
of,
8 United States Code
she didn't expect it, and
Seeking
honestly,
asylum
neither did we.
is
But
legal.
credit where
You
it's
want to seek
due. The
asylum, go
question
through
was
the port of
fair,
entry
because
the legal
let's
way.
not pretend the Democrats haven't
The
played the
Attorney
exact
General of the
same
United
game
States
when
made
it
that
comes to
clear.
the DOJ,
Okay.
especially when Trump was in the hot seat.
Is the very presence
Putting
of
Trump on trial would be their example, I suppose.
Yes, I mean, here's the deal. In the United States, there is a jury where we are judged by our peers, and he was found guilty in court on 34 felony charges. If people want to say it was weaponized, I mean, it is hard-pressed to say that there's a partisan argument.
Now the tables are turning, and AOC is scrambling, caught trying to explain the double standard while staying cool under pressure. You can literally see the gears turning, stalling, rewiring, trying to land on a spin that won't blow up in her face. And if one semi-tough question on public radio had her glitching like that, imagine what happens when the press actually grows a backbone. Buckle up. Now This is where it gets juicy. Watching AOC scramble to justify the double standard is straight up wild. She's usually quick on her feet, slick with the sound bites, and smooth under pressure. But not this time. This one rattled her, and you can see it. The awkward pause, the reset in her eyes, the desperate search for a polished comeback, it was all there. Live and unfiltered.
Had a recent dispute, if that's the right word, with Tom Homan, the president's Homeland Security czar, so-called. You held an online forum, a Know Your Rights forum, that he didn't like. What were you doing? What was your goal as you saw it?
My job is to educate and act as a liaison of critical information to my constituents. And I was informing all of my constituents of their constitutional protections. And in particular,